name's Peter Jones, Chartered Surveyor, Author and Property Investor, and I've had a great question in from somebody who is also coincidentally called Peter. So Peter, thank you for the question. I've got Peter's question here on my phone. Let me read it out so I don't miss anything. Peter says, "Hello, I have 3 jobs and I've saved a little bit of money. I currently rent a house myself. I'd like to build a portfolio to create income in order to change career direction. Would it be wise to buy my own home first rather than a buy-to-let? I'd like to make income from the property as a main occupation." He then goes on to ask, which book, DVD would you recommend buying first? And we'll deal with that point a little bit later. So let me deal with Peter's first question. Well, firstly, Peter, I really commend you for working 3 jobs if that's helping you to save a deposit for your property. And it's hard, but sometimes that's just the way we have to get started. So well done on that. Obviously in time, I'm sure, as you say, you want to get income from property. Now, we never want to rely upon one pure income stream, but in time you'd perhaps want to replace your 3 jobs with 3 different property-related income streams, and we can think about that as we go through in your property journey. But coming back to your specific question, should you start by buying your own home or by starting to buy a buy-to-let? That's a great question, and I guess it's a predicament and a question which many people find themselves in or ask. Now, there are no hard and fast rules, and I know that if I give a particular answer as if it's the only answer, somebody's going to email in and say, that's not quite right. So I can only talk in generalities, but the general rule is this. Most buy-to-let lenders would want you to own your own home before you start. Now, there are a couple of lenders out there who will consider lending if you don't own your own home, but they'll make you jump through hoops. They may even charge you a higher rate on the interest that you'll have to pay. They may require a higher deposit. So the general rule, this is only a general rule, is you are better off starting with buying your own home. There's other advantages to buying your own home. If you're in a property and you're renting at the moment, for example, obviously all that's dead money. Rent is dead money as far as you're concerned. Another advantage of buying your own home is that, generally speaking, by and large, residential mortgages are slightly cheaper than buy-to-let mortgages. Another advantage with a residential mortgage, generally speaking, you can get a better loan-to-value ratio. What does that mean? It means you can borrow slightly more against a residential property than against a typical buy-to-let. So there are advantages to you buying your own property first anyway, but the biggest advantage in terms of the question you're asking is most buy-to-let lenders would prefer you to own your own home before you start. Now, dealing with the second part of the question, which book or DVD would I recommend you start with? Well, if you're talking about my books or DVDs, I'd suggest that you read the Successful Property Investor's Strategy Workshop. It'll show you how I started in property. Hopefully it'll inspire, encourage and inform you how you can start in property. So Peter, I hope that helped, and keep the questions coming.